dance teachers. Welcome to the Dance to Learn YouTube channel. My name is Jessica Strong, and if you're looking for dance teacher tips, tricks, and advice, you've come to the right place. I encourage you to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video. Today, I am sharing the 5 biggest mistakes that I made when I was a brand new preschool dance teacher so that you can avoid them in your journey. I don't have much of an intro today, so let's just dive right in. Mistake number 1 was teaching without a theme. I don't know how I ever survived teaching a single dance class without a dance theme. I can tell you though that when I began teaching, I took a road that I feel many other dancers take who want to pursue a career as a professional ballet dancer. I came straight out of a pre-professional training program at the Academy of Colorado Ballet, and I was starting my career as a professional ballet dancer here at a local company. So because of the rigorous schedule ahead of me, I chose to forego a college education to pursue my greatest passion in life, which was dance. And I don't regret my decision in the least. I was able to fulfill 7 seasons as a professional ballet dancer, which had always been my lifelong dream. However, as it pertains to my teaching career, I've never received any formal dance pedagogy training, and I had no knowledge in childhood development when I first started teaching. So, for lack of a better description, I was winging it. When I began my first teaching job, I was assigned the preschool classes, and to be honest, I really didn't have much of a plan. I had a handful of go-to exercises that I had witnessed other teachers using in their classes, and the kids seemed to enjoy them, so I figured if it worked for them, it would work for me. And it was the standard exercises that you might see in any number of preschool dance classes, like the butterfly stretch. Let's put on our butterfly wings and fly, or good toes and naughty toes, or how about we make a pizza? Okay, and now we're gonna take our scarves and we're gonna fly like birds as we chasse, or let's leap over this teddy bear. You get the idea. My classes were repetitive and my students never really grew from week 1. Now, fortunately, they were able to retain and memorize the movements that I had been teaching them, but really that was only because I taught the same things over and over and over again. When I started giving my classes a theme, my classes became more focused and organized. I was also able to expand on the technical movements that I was teaching and give my students new movements to explore and master. I also expanded the props that we used each week, as well as my music selections. I was suddenly able to teach the whole child in my classes, and I saw an improvement in their motor skills, as well as their social and cognitive development. Having a theme really helped me transition from being just a dance teacher and turning into a dance educator. Mistake number 2, failing to provide my dancers with boundaries. Do you know the song Make a Circle? It goes like this. Make a circle, big and round, big and round. Let's all make a circle, and sit down, and sit down. My students didn't know what that song was. Now this mistake is almost comical if it weren't so embarrassing. Here I was, the dance teacher in charge, standing there singing this silly song while I have 6 preschoolers running around the room. Now I was able to manage to get at least 2 dancers to hold hands, so okay, good, stay there, don't move. Let me go get the rest of them. Got a couple more to hold hands, turn around, and guess what? Those first 2 kids who were holding hands initially are now the ones running around the room. The day I discovered polydots and floor tape changed my life. Learning that I needed to provide my dancers with a spot to sit or stand or even wait their turn was insurmountable to my success in the classroom. My students were running around the room because they didn't know that they needed to be on a spot in the room. So when I started showing dancers that they had a spot, they instinctively knew that that was their spot to sit or stand. And just so you know, I haven't sang the circle song in 20 years until today. You're welcome. I don't need to. I put my polydots in a circle so my dancers don't even need to think about how to make one. Mistake number 3, prop problems. If you follow me nowadays, you might say that I'm the queen of props. I love props. I go out of my way to find the props that are completely outside the box. When I first started teaching, I was sort of lackluster in the prop department, and I made a ton of mistakes with the props that I did use. The first mistake I made with props was I underestimated the power of pink. Kids want the pink one. They don't want the purple one, they don't want the blue one, they want the pink one. And I remember I bought all of these butterfly wings, and they happened to come in colors of pink, blue, green, and purple. So each dancer would get a pair of wings to chasse across the floor. But as soon as they saw that pink one, it immediately became, I want the pink one. And to which I would reply, well, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. But apparently that's just a phrase, because they did throw a fit. I would get the kids who would cry, the kids who wouldn't want to dance anymore, the kids who would get so distracted by the child in the pink wings that they literally just followed them across the room instead of actually dancing. I even had a mom tell me one time that her daughter would refuse to dance if I didn't give her the pink one. So if you have one pink prop, you need to have enough for everyone. And if you don't have enough for everyone, you don't ever, under any circumstances, show anyone the pink prop. Ever. That, my friends, should be the cardinal rule for all preschool dance teachers. The second mistake I made with props was that I didn't use props enough, and I know that's shocking, especially if you follow me now as a dance teacher. But truth be told, I didn't use props when I first started teaching because I never used a prop when I was taught dance. So I never associated dance with props. It wasn't until I discovered the blog Maria's Movers that I realized that props and themes for my dance classes could even exist. Using props adds a multi-sensory experience to our dance classes that can stimulate all 4 learning types at one time. Props are usually bright and colorful, and they grab the attention of our visual learners. Musical props like drums and egg shakers are perfect for those auditory learners, and tactile learners just love getting hands-on with all of the props and learning how to manipulate them. And our kinesthetic learners just love props that challenge their ability to move, balance, and twirl. Mistake number 4 was failing to plan transitional times. I can tell the quality of a teacher by how they plan their transitions. That's how I made key decisions when hiring teachers for my in-school dance program. Now, when I was a novice teacher, I planned my activities that I was going to teach, but I never even thought about the in-between times. I never had a routine for entering the classroom, nor did I have a plan for all the times that I would need to pause class to swap a CD out of the CD player. Because yes, I was teaching before we had iPhones and Spotify playlists that allow seamless transitions between songs. I also didn't think about the times that we had to move from our sitting warm-ups to traveling across the floor. I never knew that I would need a plan for that. I just assumed that the kids would know what to do. Now, when I think back, I had probably been dancing for about 10 years from the time I was 8 until I was 18 and teaching my first dance classes. And in that time, it was instinctively drilled into me that across the floor meant we lined up and then we danced across the floor one at a time. It never occurred to me that I would actually have to teach my dancers how to dance across the floor. First of all, they didn't know that they had to wait turns. So as soon as the music started playing, they just started free dancing everywhere, and I had to tell them to stop dancing in a dance class. How ironic. But I never thought that I could actually ask my dancers to sit down to wait their turn. That, like polydots and floor tape, was a pivotal moment in my teaching career. So now I say, dancers on their feet, move their feet. Dancers on their seat, wait their turn. Now, the dance teacher that I am today, I have built in transitions, my favorite being the magic fairies. The magic fairies are these mythical creatures that live in our dance room, and they love watching dance class. They don't like loud noises, and they don't like fast movements. That makes them fly away to go live in other dance studios. So to keep our magic fairies happy, we do things like tiptoe walk, nice and slow, anytime we need to transition. Then when we get where we're going, we catch a magic fairy and we put it in our pocket to keep it safe by sitting crisscross applesauce. Then we wait to dance across the floor until we are called on. Mistake number 5, timeouts. Now this mistake legitimately hurts my heart. The good news is I haven't used a timeout in over 20 years. The fact that I would actually put dancers in timeouts in my classes is hard to admit, and it kind of stings a lot. But this is especially because I know that it wasn't their fault, it was mine as the teacher. I really needed the timeout, not them. The 100% fact of the matter was that I wasn't demonstrating to my dancers how I expected them to behave. Showing your dancers what you expect must happen in every single class, even if you've demonstrated the same thing 500,000 times. Demonstrating is more than just using your voice. You actually have to show them. Demonstrate what you mean by sitting crisscross applesauce. Demonstrate a run versus a tiptoe walk. Demonstrate a high-pitched scream versus a calm voice. If they aren't shown a clear demonstration of what you expect, then they will always decide how they want to behave. In my opinion, timeouts should never be an option. If you feel a dancer needs a timeout, there's probably a better option for them. First, evaluate their age. Some dancers are just not ready for a structured dance class. These dancers are usually between the ages of 2 and 3 and are most likely to need extra support from a parent or caregiver before they are ready for a dance class. If they can't follow clear set directions and boundaries, they're just not ready. And it's not their fault because every dancer grows and develops at their own pace. So be sure to provide an option for them, like a parent and me class. This way they can learn what's expected, but they can learn alongside mom or dad who can help facilitate the rules and expectations that come with being in a dance class. Next, evaluate yourself. Are you giving clear instructions and directions? Here's an example. Let's say, don't run. Do your dancers know what to do instead of running? Have you shown them? So here's an example of demonstrative teaching. Okay, dancers, I'm going to say a magic word. My magic word is heart. When I say heart, I want you to stand up, tiptoe walk, and find a dot to sit on, crisscross applesauce. It looks like this. Demonstrate what a tiptoe walk looks like. Okay, dancers, listen for my magic word. Was it circle? No. Was it square? No. Was it triangle? No. Oh, it was heart? Yes. Okay, stand up and tiptoe walk to a dot. Tiptoe walking shows me that you are in control of your body. Tiptoe walking shows me that you can follow directions. Tiptoe walking shows me that you are ready for our next game. Uh-oh, Sarah, you were running. Let's go back and try it again. Show me that you know how to tiptoe walk. So in that example, we went from 2 words, don't run, to nearly 15 sentences of explanations and a demonstration of behavior. So I'll leave you with this. Of course, it's easy as an adult to assume that a child is not behaving because they are choosing to misbehave. That's the easy way out. The harder way is evaluating our execution of delivering our expectations. The second explanation is night and day to the first. Sure, kids may still get excited when they hear the magic word and they might start running. That will always happen. But we should know that ahead of time as teachers, and therefore we should make a plan. Something as simple as, oh, let's try that again. Go back and show me that you know how to tiptoe walk. I know you can do it. Timeouts are never and should never be used as classroom management. If you find yourself turning to timeouts, it's time to conduct an evaluation. Are the children behaving that way because they are misbehaving? Or are you leaving gaps in how you execute your expectations of behavior? All right, dance teacher friends, that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed today's video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Also, let me know in the comments the biggest mistakes that you made as a new dance teacher. I'd love to hear them. And I'll see you in the next video. Happy dancing. Bye.